I'm Miss Hippo. Let's play some concentration games and exercise your mind. Thinking. Way to go!
Click on your token to use it or keep playing. To play, put your token in the slot.
Hello, I'm Miss Hippo. Let's play some concentration games and exercise your mind. Way to go! Thinking.
Click on your token to use it or keep playing.
And now, live from Zoo City's entertainment capital, bringing you the greatest acts by Zoopolis' hottest superstars. It's everybody's favorite entertainment ostrich, Hedda Feathers!
Thank you. Welcome, Zoo fans. Keep your heads out of the sand. Click on our stars for the best shows from here to Mars. Thank you.
bears doing Shakespeare.
To be or not to be?
You're a bear, not a bee, dummy.
Oh, thanks. To bear or not to bear? What was the question?
The question is to be or not to be.
But he said I'm a bear, not a bee.
So be a bear. Or be a bee being a bear.
To bear, to be, to bear a bee. Oh, I can't bear it.
Neither can I.
Whether 'tis nobler to die, to sleep, perchance to hibernate. There's the grub.
Hey, check it out, this place, so make a shout. It's Zoopolis. It's Zoopolis. It's hip, it's quite the scene. If you're purple or you're green in Zoopolis. It's Zoopolis. We got big cats are cool, and we never go to school. Every day's a laugh, watch the hippo take a bath. You'll never wanna leave, it's a place you can't believe. It'll make you wanna dance, clap your hands and take a chance in Zoopolis. It's Zoopolis. It's Zoopolis. It's Zoopolis. The tigers showing style and the monkeys make you smile in Zoopolis. In Zoopolis. See the keeper shake his hose, he's washing Ellie's toes in Zoopolis. In Zoopolis. Baby apes kiss and hug, crocodiles aren't so smug, and Mish the polar bear, she doesn't have a care. As the penguins eat their lunch, the vultures snap and hunch. We're rapping Hatsu Biz, and that's the way it is in Zoopolis. In Zoopolis. It's Zoopolis. It's Zoopolis. Flashy fishes on a caper, these noses are two tapers, wild eyes and tiny hands. Yeah, it's a far out land in Zoopolis. In Zoopolis. Yeah, Zoopolis. Yeah, Zoopolis. It's Zoopolis. It's Zoopolis. Zoopolis.
Click on your token to use it or keep playing. To play, put your token in the slot.
We're in luck. It's a special performance just for us. It's showtime!
Oh no, I bet she's gonna sing about her tongue again.
It comes in so handy for wrapping on leaves that grow on the top of the tallest of trees. They are the tastiest ones in the bunch. Oh my good gracious, it's now time for lunch. Proudly and grandly my song I do sing. If only I could get a hold of this thing, 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 this thing. I love what I do and I do what I love with my legs on the ground and my head high above. All are so lovely, these songs that I've sung. If only I could get a hold of my tongue. Oh, it's a problem. Oh, it's a pain. Just when it's back in, it pops out again and again and again and again and again and again and again.
Hello! I'm Gilda Gorgeous. Welcome to Zoopolis. To take a look behind the scenes at a real zoo, click on a zookeeper's hut.
There's 300 species of tarantulas or hairy spiders. Some range from about 1/4 of an inch in diameter to about 10.5 inches in diameter. That's as big as a dinner plate. So when you sit down for supper tonight, take a look at your dinner plate. Figure a tarantula that big.
My name is John Kowalski. I work here in the aquarium reptile building. And as far as feeding the alligator, okay, generally what we do, it is considered a potentially dangerous animal, so we always work in pairs. What you have to go in there, of course, if one is in the near doorway, you take a buckboard along, and of course you just shove them out of the way. As funny as it sounds, it may look a little bit rough to a lot of people. It's really not. They're very heavily armored animals, and such a procedure isn't all that hard on the animal. At that point, once we get them into the water, then of course we can start with the feeding. Generally, you shake a couple fish in the water, the scent goes in along with the noise, and oftentimes they react to this and they come over to be fed at that time. They're well conditioned to this. They do lunge, yeah, but mostly it's what we call a false lunge. They aren't really out to get you. They're just, it's kind of a little bit of a show. Show a little bit of dominance, maybe.
Reptile buildings are popular with children. And there is always this fascination of getting close to snakes because many people have an innate fear of snakes. And so this way, if you have an exhibit that, you know, can allow them to get close, it adds to the mystique.
This is a Mexican milk snake. Now you can see the tongue flicking. All snakes do this. This is their primary sensory device that they use for telling themselves what's around them in the world. She's picking up airbound particles and analyzing them through a organ in the roof of her mouth, and this tells her what is in the world around her. And what would she be looking, of course, for? Food, a mate, finding her way back home. If you look real closely around the head area, you won't find any ear holes. Snakes are pretty much deaf, although they do have a bone in their head that kind of picks up sound vibrations. So if you're tramping through the forest or the desert or what have you, they can sense this and they'll know your presence. If you encounter a snake in the wild, it usually only wants two things. It wants to be left alone and it wants to get away from you. This snake is capable of eating a full-grown mouse. Any snake can consume prey 4 to 5 times the diameter of its neck.
Hello! I'm Gilda Gorgeous. Guess what? You won a token for the bubble machine. Click on your token to use it or keep exploring.
She has an interesting personality in that she seems to be a crowd pleaser. She knows that activity tends to keep a lot of response. She displays some of the traits that make polar bears so popular. One, they're beautiful. That white color, so clean, and they look also quite cuddly in a way. However, a polar bear is not a cuddly little bear. A polar bear is a very capable hunter, They grow and become quite large, could be over 1,000 pounds.
If you maintain a good attitude towards your work, you can learn a lot about animals. Animals can fool you. I do believe there is no such thing as a dumb animal. No way.
In many cases, they're antics, which are in some cases quite interesting because it's alleged by Eskimos that even when they hunt, as they crawl on their stomachs, they put their paw in front of their nose so that they blend totally in with the white environment.
Mishka, the little polar bear, she's a real polar bear. When I say real polar bear, I mean she stalks. She stalks you. If I could go over there and just call her name, she'll get down on her haunches and stalk me. She's doing what a polar bear usually does. She really puts on a show with that half barrel. In fact, sometimes I think it's worth the price of admission at a zoo just to see her perform. You stand there for 15, 20 minutes, and that's really something to see. She's a real clown. She loves to dive. She likes when you talk to her, believe it or not.
It is at times very easy to develop emotional involvement and emotional attachment to the animals. More and more zoo animals are zoo-born animals. More and more endangered species are breeding in zoos to perpetuate the species so that just in case they are threatened in the wild, zoos will always have sort of a species bank, an insurance against the ultimate extinction. It's better to have animals even in captivity than not having them at all.
Don't just jump in there. Throw it. Throw it. Throw it. Very good.
Mishka is famous for taking that barrel off. Besides playing with it, she'll go underwater and disconnect the bolt. In fact, she's disconnected the bolt, took the barrel out, took the barrel for a walk. She's also disconnected, there's a regular type sewer cover down there that she dismantled and moved. And we figured that cover is well over 100 pounds, plus being underwater, and she moved it around like nobody's business. When she took the washers and the bolts off the sewer cover, she neatly stacked them on the edge of the pool. Well, we have to drain the pool then and have a maintenance department come and refasten the barrel with the bolt to the cable and to the manhole. When I go to feed the sea lion, she's to my left, and I can't see her except if I walk over by the wall. She knows I'm feeding the sea lions, and she sits there and waits. So when I walk over there, the very first thing she does is her stalking motion. She gets down and creeps over. And I just talk to her, and I say, Mishka, you want this fish? I hold a mackerel in my hand, and I throw it from the ledge into her pool, and she takes a running start and dives in after it. And it's really nice to people like that, especially to see her dive like that. She's something else.
We just like to feed them oxtails. We usually try to give them to them twice a week. It's like more natural feeding for the vultures. You know, they get fed a ground mix every night. And we just put it in pans. But twice a week we try to give them the oxtails. They have to work at it. There's a lot of social interaction. There's nothing really harmful. No one gets hurt or anything, but it's just more natural for them, and it simulates their wild conditions much closer than it does always giving them the ground mix. So we like to think that it's beneficial for them, and it's educational for the
You look at our Cinereus or our griffin vultures, you'd find that these are normally scavengers. So you could give them a tray of food, but we like to put out things such as oxtails or neck bones, something with a little bit of flesh on it, so that they are actually feeding like a scavenger at a particular time, picking morsels of meat from bone. This makes it a very natural behavior and is actually a natural way of feeding.
Storks, I think, at least, are pretty intelligent birds. These guys try to get out of the exhibit, and then they walk back and forth up there on that wall. Marabou storks are, I don't like to say they're ugly, but a lot of people think that they are. They'll see them and they'll say, oh, are they ugly? They're a little bit bizarre, maybe, a little bit unique, but I certainly wouldn't describe them as ugly. Each animal, regardless of what you feel, has its own dignity and its own unique personality. And it comes down to the old saying, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. The crowned cranes in here, I like to call them the original punk rockers, and the ostrich, because they're not real bright, I like to feel that they're the origin of the euphemism bird brain. Now this too, this is a food exchange. Okay, that's Stanley, and Stanley is the male hornbill. You can see his throat sac is inflated. That's the first step in courtship. She offers him that piece of meat. Now, if he would accept it, and then maybe if he would offer her something back, that would be, you know, further steps taken in the courtship.
We've got lots of birds in Zoopolis. Click on the pictures to explore. These animals are all from Africa. Click on the pictures for a software safari.
So make a shout, it's Zoopolis! It's Zoopolis! It's hip, it's quite the scene. If you're purple or you're green in Zoopolis. It's Zoopolis! We got big cats, they're cool, and we never go to school. Every day's a laugh, watch the hippo take a bath. You'll never want to leave, it's a place you can't believe. It'll make you want to dance, clap your hands and take a chance in Zoopolis. It's Zoopolis!
Feeding is quite complex. Every animal has a specific diet. The diet has X amount of scientific prepared food in it, and then of course the regular produce, food, vegetables, or the meat products. So when you feed animals, you really have to get down to diagnosing what it is that they need down to trace minerals, putting that together in a diet, and then also being very concerned about the psychological aspect of feeding.
Valiant. He's our spectacular resident male kudu. He's about 4 years old, and when we first got him, you can see the curls on his horns. He's got several full curls. But when we first got him, his horns were only about 8 inches long, and they were just developing that first curl. They were just starting to turn back. So he has grown quite a bit, and he has developed quite a rat. Each animal has a built-in flight distance. You can only get so close to them before they will flee. And that is called their flight distance. And we're, right now, they feel comfortable. They don't feel real threatened. But if you would get closer to them, then if you get within the bounds of that flight distance, then they will run away from you. Buana and Bahari. Buana is our male, and Bahari is the female. Zebras are probably one of the more dangerous animals in the zoo because they are very, very aggressive, very territorial. The males do very actively protect their females, so dealing with them oftentimes can present problems. There have been keepers who have been injured by zebras.
Aren't these big cats cool? Click on the pictures to check them out.
In recent years, the survival rate of the snow leopards has increased. It was only about 3 years ago that the survival rate of youngsters was only about 50%. And now it's increased to the point where you do find snow leopards on surplus lists, which was unheard of a few years back.
Animals in the wild don't have just one feeding at the same time every day. They have a varied diet. In fact, in some cases, the big cats, they have a fast day. There's a day where they don't eat, because carnivores do have meals where they may make a kill and eat and then go a couple days without a kill and then make another kill. So we try to design our food program, our feeding program, as close to nature as possible.
There's always enough change to keep your interest up. You're always planning on something new, whether it's births or new acquisitions, like we have Shandar this year. It's a new acquisition for us. It's a kind of a job that you wouldn't apply for unless you really wanted it. People that don't want to care for animals probably would detest the job because there are a number of dirty, messy things that you have to do as a routine, but there sure are enough rewarding things to compensate for the everyday.
Have to remember that these animals are wild animals, and the wild instincts that they have, they're what have kept them alive in the wild for years, and it has been bred into them over thousands and thousands of years, and you're not going to get rid of it through 5 or 6 generations of zoo breeding. You're just not going to. You're not going to breed it out of them that fast. So there is the potential for them to be wild, and it makes it even worse if you have something that you have treated as a pet and that you think is completely trustworthy, because there's always the time when they may interpret something you're doing a little bit different, and they may feel threatened and they may strike back.
Hi, I'm Splash. Click on the horn or click on the camera and let's play some games. Pick a game from the easel and let's play! pick a game from the Take it away, Eddie.
Which of these animals likes to live in large flocks in wetlands and shallow salt water? Try again. Try again.
It's a flamingo.
You're right. Flamingos are aquatic and sometimes live in flocks numbering thousands or even hundreds of thousands. Which one of these animals has a protective covering of bony plates?
It's an armadillo.
You're right. The armadillo has reptile-like scales made of a type of horn and bone that grows from the skin. Which one of these animals can travel great distances in the desert without eating or drinking?
It's a camel.
That's right. The camel uses its hum full of fat as a permanent store of fluids. Which one of these animals feeds on the remains of dead animals?
Very good. It's a vulture.
Correct. Vultures feed on carrion. Which of these animals is one of the heaviest animals on land?
It's a hippopotamus.
You're right. An adult hippopotamus can weigh more than 3 tons. That's more than 6,000 pounds. Which of these animals is covered in thick, water-repelling fur?
Perfect. It's a polar bear.
You're right. The polar bear is covered in thick, water-repelling fur, except for its foot pads and the tip of its nose. Which animal is the tallest animal on Earth?
Great. It's a giraffe.
Correct. The giraffe is the tallest animal alive today. A large male can measure 17 feet to the top of its horns. Which animal is the biggest land animal?
It's an elephant.
Correct. The elephant is the biggest land animal. The blue whale, who lives in the sea, is the largest animal that ever lived. Which animal is the world's fastest runner?
That's right.
Right. The cheetah is the world's fastest runner. Cheetahs can run about 60 miles per hour, as fast as a car. Which of these animals is the largest kind of big cat?
It's a tiger. Terrific.
That's right. A fully grown tiger can measure more than 10 feet from nose to tail. A fully grown lion is almost as big. Which of these animals is often killed by poachers for its horn?
Wow, it's a rhino.
You're right. Sadly, thousands of rhinoceroses have been killed for their horns, and all are on the official list of endangered species. Which of these animals is among the most intelligent kind of creatures on Earth?
Great, it's a gorilla.
That's right. Apes, gorillas, orangutans, chimpanzees, and gibbons all have large brains and high intelligence. Who makes this sound?
It's a bat.
Bats are the only mammals that can fly, and there are nearly 1,000 different kinds of bats.
Click on your token to use it or keep playing.
What animal makes this sound?
To play, put your token in the slot. Take it away, Eddie.
Which animal is the largest bird in the world?
Ooh, it's an ostrich.
That's right. Ostriches are the biggest of all living birds at more than 8 feet high. Which of these animals has flippers?
Super, it's a seal.
Correct. Seals swim gracefully with alternate strokes of their back flippers. Which one of these animals is a member of the horse family?
It's a zebra.
Correct. The zebra is the only member of the horse family with stripes. Which of these animals likes to live in large flocks in wetlands and shallow salt water?
It's a flamingo.
You're right. Flamingos are aquatic and sometimes live in flocks numbering thousands or even hundreds of thousands. Which of these animals lives in the coldest place on Earth? Try again.
Perfect! It's a penguin!
Yes, the emperor penguin lives on Antarctic ice, where the average temperature is 4 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit. What kind of animal was prowling through the swamps with the dinosaurs?
That's right!
That's right. Crocodiles were prowling through the swamps with the dinosaurs 100 million years ago. Who makes this sound?
It's a bat!
Bats are the only mammals that can fly, and there are nearly 1,000 different kinds of bats. Which animal is the world's fastest runner?
That's right!
Right. The cheetah is the world's fastest runner. Cheetahs can run about 60 miles per hour, as fast as a car. Which of these animals is among the most intelligent kind of creatures on Earth?
Take it away, Eddie! Take it away, Eddie!
What animal is this?
It's a tiger! Terrific!
Who is this?
Great! It's a gorilla!
Who is this?
Ooh, it's an ostrich!
What animal is this?
It's a snake! Fantastic!
What animal is this?
Perfect! It's a penguin! Click on your token to use it or keep playing!
What animal is this?
It's an otter! That's right!
What animal is this?
It's a crowned crane!
Who is this?
It's Harold the bird!
What animal is this?
It's an elephant!
You sure are smart. Who is this?
Wow, it's a white tiger!
Who is this?
It's an iguana!
You sure are smart. What animal is this?
It's an Indri lemur!
What animal is this?
You're right! It's a peacock!
Who is this?
Awesome! It's an ocelot!
Whose nose is this?
It's a camel!
You sure know your noses. Who is this?
Hey, it's a heron!
Who is this?
It's a bat!
Who is this?
Hi, my name is Penny. Can you find my friends so we can have a party?
Click on my friend or go out the purple door.
Hey, I was sleeping.
Not here. Try someplace else.
I'm not a baby. Try someplace else. I'm not a baby. Try someplace else.
Not here. Try someplace else.
I'm a full-grown skunk, not a baby. I'm a full-grown skunk, not a baby.
Hey, I was sleeping.
Not in here.
Not in here.
Good try. Keep looking.
I'm not a baby.
Click on me again so we can go to Penny's party.
Hooray! You did it!
I'm a full-grown skunk, not a baby.
I'm not a baby. Try someplace else.
Good job, you found me! Hooray! You did it!
You found me!
Hooray! You did it! Hooray! You did it!
Good try. Keep looking.
Click on the token or keep playing. A, B, C.
It's party time! Quack! How about some milk with your quackers?
Hi! We've got lots of baby animals in Zoopolis. Click on the pictures and check them out.
The baby gorillas are, Kuya and Mandara, are in a program now. These animals had, for various reasons, had to be separated from their mothers and hand-raised, although we don't like to do this. In this case, it had to be done for the survival of the infants. And what we are trying to do is prevent these gorillas from becoming human-like, and also we're trying to encourage them to develop normally to their maximum capacity.
In our zoo, we have quite a few babies right now, some on display, some not on display. Snow leopards may come out, the baby moose is out all the time. We have baby gorillas.
About 75% of our activity here at the Lion House is not what you see now. It's the routine cleaning and feeding that has to be done every day. When you're taking care of animals, the care includes basically that, cleaning and feeding. This is extracurricular activity that we just enjoy. We don't have babies born all the time, especially now. In recent years, there have been so many of the big cats born in captivity that you can't find a home for them, so you just stop breeding them. It's only those that there's a demand for, or that we can find homes for, that we even consider breeding. And of course, that's the big excitement for us is to have little ones. The care of the cats is all up to Mama. We don't really have to do anything. Last year, we only handled them when they needed inoculations. The reason we're handling this year's litter more is to adjust them to changes. As they grow up, of course, our activity with them will diminish. We'll be able to handle these possibly until they're 6 months old and take them out like this, play with them, accustom them to the changes, basically.
They're the same duties that a mom would have at home. Feeding them,
cleaning up after them, settling their scraps between them, because it's an older one playing with a younger one. The older one wants to play a little bit more rough. Yep. Cleaning the cages, sometimes doing some laundry, just a regular mom's job.
Click on your token to use it or keep playing.
Data shows better raise them with human contact than in social isolation, but best raise them with gorillas. So consequently, Mandara had 1 year with Mandara moms, and then the second year with Mandara moms and Kuya. So we're trying to give them the best of both worlds, and the goal will be to slowly wean them from the human contact and bring them more and more into gorilla contact.
They are a very affectionate animal. Mandara shows affections like when she's angry, she will go through some kind of a pouting procedure where she will leave you and sit in a corner, sometimes not even look at you. And there are times when she comes up and she hugs you very hard. There are times when she will just sit in your lap quietly. Many of the affections are the same as you experience from a baby. I don't know if it's a preference or not, but after a 4-hour shift, and the mom has probably disciplined, especially Mandara up here, has disciplined her once or twice, she's ready for a new mom. And when the mom comes on, she usually greets her with she goes and usually hugs her, like, oh boy, I'm glad I have somebody new. Or the mom kind of wears out after 4-hour shift, and she's still going 80 miles an hour, so she's ready for a fresh mom.
This is our female Shagatsi's third litter. Years ago, it was quite a special event to have snow leopards born. They weren't born very often in captivity. The abundance of many of the wild animals is not there anymore. Years ago, when zoos needed new animals, they would just go to the wild and capture a few. What it meant at that time was just so many less for the fur traders. But the wild population has deteriorated to the point where there just is not a population there to restock zoos or wild animal parks. So all of the animals you see in zoos nowadays are born at zoos.
G'day, I'm Wally Wallaby. Let's play some Zoopolis puzzle games.
Right a fence. Rhinoceros. And Nocerus. And Dolphinus. And dolphins. Humped the puss. Wild cam bear. The gator. And goat.
G'day, I'm Wally. Let's play a puzzle game. Click the push button, then drag the picture to solve the puzzle. Try solving another puzzle. Good show, mate! You just won a token for the bubble machine. Click on your token to use it, or keep playing.
To play, put your token in the slot. To play, put your token in the slot.
And now, live from the Comedy Cave, welcome to the stage, Large Lenny!
Hiya, kids! I'm living large and I'm laughing large. You know why? 'Cause I'm Large Lenny. Click on the animals behind me and I'll tell you a joke. Why did the elephant paint its toenails red? So it could hide in the strawberry patch. Why aren't elephants allowed to go to the beach? Because they can't keep their trunks up. What's the difference between an elephant and the President of the United States? About 3,000 pounds. Why did the elephant cross the road? It was the chicken's day off. What weighs 2 tons and wears a glass slipper? Cinder-elephant. How do you keep an elephant from charging? Cancel his credit card. What has 4 legs and flies? Dumbo! What do elephants have that no other animals have? Baby elephants? How do you make an elephant stew? Keep it waiting for 2 hours. Why do elephants have wrinkles? Because they don't fit on an ironing board. What do you get when you cross an elephant with a parakeet? The messiest bird cage in the world. Why did the elephant quit the circus? Because he was tired of working for peanuts. What's the difference between an elephant and a jar of peanut butter? Well, the elephant doesn't stick to the roof of your mouth. Which animal brought the largest luggage to Noah's Ark? The elephants. They had the biggest trunks.
Click on your token to use it or keep playing.
What vegetable are you if an elephant sits on you? Squash! Why did the elephant paint its toenails red? So it could hide in the strawberry patch. Why aren't elephants allowed to go to the beach? Because they can't keep their trunks up. Why was the little snake happy he wasn't poisonous? Because he just bit his tongue. Ouch! How does an alligator cook his food? In a crock pot. What did the girl snake say to the boy snake? Give me a little hiss. Why is a snake hard to fool? You can't pull its leg. What river is always filled with snakes? Oh, that's easy. The Mississippi. Why do snakes get in trouble in school? Because they're always whispering. What do little snakes like best in school? History. Why did the baby snake cry? It lost its rattle. What do thirsty hawks love to drink? Malted milk snakes. Why do snakes make lousy musicians? Because all they can play are scales. How do you measure a snake? In inches. They don't have feet. What does the snapping turtle say to the hungry rattlesnake? What say we go out for a bite? What do you get when you cross a rattlesnake with a string of pearls? A pain in the neck. Why doesn't the rattlesnake call his mother Colette? He likes to call poison to poison. What do lizards put in their kitchen floors? Reptiles? Where does a crocodile keep his money? In the riverbank. Riverbank. How do snakes break out of jail? They scale the wall. What do you get when you cross a cobra with a forest fire? Snake and bake. Snake and... What kind of shoes do reptiles wear? Snakers. What do you get when you cross a snake with a bird? A swallow. What happens when two boa constrictors fall in love? They have a crush on each other. Crush! You get big old fat snakes. What snake is an important part of every car? The windshield viper. What was the centipede's biggest complaint after running a marathon? The agony of defeat. What's the smartest kind of bee? Well, that's simple. A spelling bee. What happened when the firefly backed into the fan? He was delighted. What are the largest ants in the world? Elephants! What did one flea say to the other flea? Should we walk or take the dog? Take the dog. Why did the moth eat through the carpet? To see the floor show. What makes a mother flea cry? When her children go to the dogs. What did the bee say when he got home? Hi, honey, I'm home. How does a worm get through a cornfield? It goes in one ear and out the other. Where do moths go to party? At a moth ball. What's the happiest day in a young mosquito's life? The day it passes its first screen test. What hurts more than a giraffe with a sore throat? A centipede with sore feet. How do you catch a squirrel? Climb up a tree and act like a nut. What do moose do to party on New Year's Eve? Blow their horns. When do squirrels chase people? When they're acting like nuts. How does a rabbit send a letter? That's easy, by hair mail. Hair mail. Why do rabbits hate scary movies? Because they're too hair-raising. What do you get when you pour steaming water down a rabbit hole? Hot cross bunnies. What did the rabbit say to the carrot? Nice gnawing, you. What do you get when you cross an owl with a skunk? An animal that smells bad but doesn't give a hoot. How do you pet a porcupine? Very, very carefully. What kind of pine has the sharpest needles? A porcupine. What do you get when you cross a porcupine with a balloon? Pop! How do hares travel in the big city? By rabbit transit. What animals need to be oiled? Mice, because they squeak. What did Santa tell Rudolph? You're a deer. What kind of snake gets straight A's in math? An adder. Why was the little snake happy he wasn't poisonous? Because he just bit his tongue. Ouch! How does an alligator cook his food? In a crock pot. What did the girl snake say to the boy snake? Give me a little hiss. How do you stop a dog from barking in the backseat of a car? Have him sit in front. What do you call a dog who wears a winter coat in the summer? A hot dog. He's very hot. What did the puppy say when it sat on sandpaper? Rough! How do you know when it's raining cats and dogs? When you step into a poodle! What kind of dog has always got the time? A watchdog. If 20 dogs run after one cat, what time is it? 20 after 1. Get it? 20 cats run after one. 20 after 1. I love that one. What's the best way to keep a dog out of the street? Put him in a barking lot. Why is a dog's tail like the middle of a tree? It's farthest from the bark. How do you stop a dog from barking in the backseat of a car? Have them sit in front. What do you get when you cross a salmon with a feather? A fish that is tickled pink. Don't tickle. No, stop. What do you get when you cross a frog with a chair? A toadstool? What's the difference between a fish and a piano? You can't tune a fish. Get it? How do tortoises keep warm? They wear turtleneck sweaters. What do dolphins do on New Year's Eve? Throw a whale of a party. What do you call a nervous frog? A worrywart. Why don't frogs live very long? They're always croaking. Ribbit, ribbit. Why don't fish take summer vacations? Because they're always in school, silly. Who lives in the ocean, has 8 legs, and is an outlaw? Billy the Squid. What did the frog order at the fast food restaurant? Burgers and flies? Why did the baseball team hire a frog? Because he was great at catching flies. What fish chase mice? That's simple. Catfish. What do you get when you cross a rooster with a shark? Chicken of the sea. What did the little crustacean say to the big crustacean? You're a crab. What's a frog's favorite drink? Well, that's easy. Coca-Cola. Why are fish so smart? Because they go around in schools. What fish is really rich? A goldfish. What do you call a seabird who is easily fooled? Gullible? What kind of fish prey a lot? Holy mackerel! Why did the frog go to the hospital? He went for a hop-ration. What was the frog's favorite year? Leap year. What happens when shellfish exercise too much? They become muscle-bound. Why don't fish play tennis? Because they don't like nets. What did the dolphin say when his trainer told him he ruined the show? I didn't do it on purpose. What cat lives in the ocean? An octopus? Why did the shark cross the ocean? To get to the other tide? What animal has a permanent home in the White House? The presidential seal. What animal can carry the most on his back? A snail. He carries his whole house on his back. What do you get when you cross a salmon with a feather? A fish that is tickled pink. Don't tickle. No, stop. Stop. What do you get when you cross a frog with a chair? A toadstool? What's the difference between a fish and a piano? You can't tune a fish. Get it? Why can't grizzlies sing the really high note? Because they're all baritones. What animal do you look like in the back? A little bear. Do grizzlies wear hats? No, they go bareheaded. Why wouldn't the grizzly walk on the gravel road? 'Cause he had bare feet. Why do bears have sticky hair? Because they use honeycombs. What makes little bears go to bed in their caves? Their den mother. Why do you look like a grizzly cub when you're in the bath? Because you're a little bear. What do you get when grizzlies fall in a vat of glue? Gummy bears! Why don't grizzlies like looking in the mirror? Because they can't bear it. What happens when a banana sees an angry bear? The banana splits! Why can't grizzlies sing the really high note? Because they're all baritones! When is it bad luck to have a black cat cross your path? When you're a mouse. What cat can crawl on a leaf? A caterpillar. What kind of car does a cat drive? That's simple, a Cadillac. 100 cats were in a boat. One jumped out. How many were left? None, because all the rest were copycats. What did the cat say when the dog stepped on her tail? Meouch! Meouch! That must hurt. Why don't cats drink old milk? Because they don't want to be sourpusses. What three-letter word is a mousetrap? C-A-T, cat. Why was the cat afraid of the tree? Because of its bark. When are rats and mice unhappy? When it rains cats and dogs. When is it bad luck to have a black cat cross your path? When you're a mouse. What cat can crawl on a leaf? A caterpillar. What kind of car does a cat drive? That's simple, a Cadillac. 100 cats were in a boat. One jumped out. How many were left? None, because all the rest were copycats. How can you tell when an owl is bored? Because he doesn't give a hoot. What do you call a duck who gets straight A's? A wisecracker. What kind of bird is like a car? A goose, because they both go honk. Where do most condors make their nests? In condominiums. What happens when ducks fly at night? They quack up. Why did the chicken get kicked out of school? For using foul language. Why does a hummingbird hum? Because he doesn't know the words. What do you get when you cross a parrot with a hyena? An animal that laughs at its own jokes. What kind of doctor treats a duck? A quack. Why do birds fly south? Because it's too far to walk. Why did the duck's house leak in the rain? Because of all the quacks in the roof. Put 4 ducks in a box. What do you have? A box of quackers. What do you call a crow who's talking crazy? A raven idiot. What do you call a crazy blackbird? A raven maniac. What do you call a duck that steals? A robber ducky. Why did the duck rob the bank? Because he was a safe quacker. That's why. What did the duck say when she laid a square egg? Ouch! Why did the duck want to look like a crow? Because... How can you tell when an owl is bored? Because he doesn't give a hoot. Why do turkeys eat so little? Because they're always stuffed. Where does a sheep get its wool cut? At a barber shop. Get it? Barber shop. What do you get when you cross a pig with a centipede? Bacon and legs. How do roosters sign their names? With a ballpoint hen. What do you call a stupid cow? Beef jerky. What do you call a pig who doesn't want to play? A boar. Why do cows wear bells? Because their horns don't work, silly. What does a bull do when he's at a department store? Charge it! What do you call a dancing steer? A bull arena. How does a bull get its rest? Bulldozing? How do bulls protect themselves? By wearing bulletproof vests. Where do bulls get their messages? On a bulletin board. Where do baby cows eat their lunch? In the cafeteria. What do you call a funny rooster? A chuckle-doodle-doo. What do you get if you cross a cocker spaniel and a poodle and a rooster? Cock-a-poodle-doo. Why did the chicken run away from home? He was sick of being cooped up. Cooped up. When was the price of beef the highest? When the cow jumped over the moon. What do you get when you cross a cow with an octopus? An animal that can milk itself. What do you call a pig who walks across the street and back? A dirty double crosser. Why did the turkey join the school band? That's easy. He had the drumsticks. What do chickens grow on? Eggplants. Why did the pirate put a chicken over his buried treasure? Because eggs mark the spot. Hardy, hardy, har. How did the chicken get straight A's in school? She did extra work for extra credit. What did old MacDonald see on the eye chart? E-I-E-I-O. Where do baseball-playing chickens go to party? At the foul ball. Why aren't chickens welcome at the dinner table? Because they use such foul language. What did the mother camel name her baby camel without a hump? Hump-free. What do llamas like to eat best? Llama beans. Why did the zoo cafeteria close down? Too much monkey business. Which primates are the best flyers? Hot air baboons. Why did the gorilla play on the playground? Because he loves the monkey bars. Why did the lion eat 2 ducks and a cow? Because it liked quackers and milk. Where do animals go when they lose their tails? To a retail store. Why did the leopard go to the cleaners? To get its spots removed. What kind of music do monkeys like best? Swing music. What do you get when you cross a zebra with the king of the apes? Tarzan stripes forever. What is black and white and has 16 wheels? A zebra on roller skates. What do anteaters love on pizza? Anchovies. What is a camel's favorite snack food? Camel corn. How long can a double-humped camel go without water? Until it gets thirsty. What kind of cat should you never play cards with? Well, a cheetah. 'Cause they'll cheat. What's a gorilla's favorite dessert? Chocolate chip cookies. I love that one. What do you call a monkey who sells potato chips? A chipmunk. What's the difference between a zoo and a delicatessen? In a zoo, you can see a man-eating tiger and a man-eating lion. But you have to go to a deli to see a man eating herring. Why are giraffes so cheap to feed? Because they make food go a long way. You know, their neck is really long. What did the leopard say after dinner? That sure hits the spots. What goes ho 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 splat? A giraffe laughing its head off. What did the mother camel name her baby camel without a hump? Humphrey.